So I already know we had the news out official that Jaron Ennis will be going to 154. You already have people putting fights together that he could possibly be having, but yeah, the news just coming out that he'll be going to 150. Tried to see if his body would change, but still growing, so gotta move up. Was able to make the weight class the last fight, but I guess this next fight that possibly could have happened was gonna be a lot harder, so you gotta move up. It made sense. Stay there as long as you can. Cause 54, it ain't been too much movement going on since last year in the last 12 months. Really haven't been too much movement. Bakaram only fought one time. And he hasn't fought again, so it ain't too much movement going on at 54 right now. It could be, but and it will. There'll be a lot of movement going on over the next 2 years. That weight class gonna be stacked, especially with Boots moving in 154. Told people last year like it's not gonna be no rush because eventually that's gonna happen. I'm glad it's happening right now because you still got guys that was kind of thinking about leaving and going to 160. That's at 54. We seen what happened with Boychuk his last fight. Dude, it came in like what 159, something like that. He came in overweight and got whooped. Why? And that's something people gonna have to talk about later on. Well, I'm gonna bring up later on. I forgot about that actually. I talked about it, but yeah, I gotta remember that real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna get my phone. Yeah, but I think at 54, Boots gonna be a lot stronger than he's been. I think he'll be a lot better than what we already seen him in the ring. Even better than that Stanionis fight. I definitely think so. That's why a lot of matchups with him, it's gonna be difficult for a lot of people. Yeah, because at 54, I already seen a couple of weaknesses from other fighters. I know Virgil Ortiz and him gonna be a very good fight. I know a lot of people wanted to see that in February, but that's definitely gonna happen. I'm pretty sure they already got a plan behind what can happen. They already spoke about it recently. Eddie Hearn, a lot of people. I'm hearing some reports, guys declining fights. Then they got something going around talking about Virgil decline something. I'm like, hold on. They in two different spots right now. I think that fight will happen though. Yeah, it's on Twitter and everything else. But I think that fight will happen. Ain't no rush between those guys. Virgil Ortiz and Boots. What's going on, George Smith? What's up? What's going on with you? What you think about the news, man? About Boost going to 154. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good move, man. 154 is stat right now. That's a lot of big fights too. I think with Crawford and Boots being mentioned with each other, that kind of took a lot of attention away from other fights that Boots could have had or is going to have in the future. But it's a lot of options at 154. Hey, Charlo at 154. Yeah, people not even thinking about that. Charlo at 154 and Boots going to 54. You know, people never really thought about that fight happening. But look how close we are from that possibly happening. I know everybody watched that. Yeah, everybody watched that. That's a fight I can definitely see happening. But yeah, they getting what they want, man. Everybody wanted him to go to 54. So no more complaints as far as anything else. He's at 54. Now obviously had a feeling that the Norman thing probably wasn't gonna happen. So he's moving up and he can be undisputed at 54. Still unified at 47. So yeah, has a good resume right now. Gonna start happening. We're gonna see who really wins. We're starting to find out right now. And I'm glad Boots made that move. Because 54 is a tough weight class. But once he start to separate himself, then people will realize how good he is. Now everybody said he's on Crawford's level. And compared to the rest of these guys, we definitely gonna find out. Because I think he's gonna be able to stand out. A lot of these guys ain't really separating themselves right now at 54. We got Tim Zoo still in the mix. Fondora's been stopped before. Yeah, I expect Boost to be stronger in that weight class, and we gonna see some different things. And he's a bigger guy. He's not like a small 47 moving up to 54. He's a big dude. Then you still got Lubin at 54. It's a lot of fights that can't happen. Yeah, that weight class just got a lot better just now. It was starting to get a little thin, man, at 54. I'm not gonna lie. You said Hitchins won't be a champ at 154 for long. It depends on who comes and fights him. Nobody really calling him out right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't think he'll be a champion last year, but I can see what you're saying though. 140 is dangerous. It only take one fight, but a lot of people not really calling him out as far as trying to see him in the ring and that. that says a lot to me. It's not hard to get a fight with him. He does have a belt. And I can see Teofimo. Hey, if he wanted to unify with him, he could have fought him already. But I can see that fight happening if he wants to make it happen in the future. But yeah, a lot of people not really calling him out though. I've seen Haney call him out. I don't know, these other guys not really calling him out, and he's a champion. That's the only thing I'm looking at. I know they still got Gary, Antoine Russell, and Puello, and some other guys at 40, but and Tiafimo, but just look kind of funny right now. It's kind of quiet, not like it was last year. It was a lot of noise around 140 when Matias had the belt. Now it's like Hitchins got the belt, and everybody's like, no action going on. Definitely crazy. He says Hitchens' style is basic, not enough creativity or volume. Uh, I don't know. Against he just beat Faro pretty bad just recently, and if you go look at that fight, definitely wasn't basic. If you go back and look at that fight from Faro, Hitchens was counterpunching Faro so bad. If you go back and look at the Liam Faro fight, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Liam Faro was walking down Hitchens early in the fight. Hitchens started countering him so bad that Faro didn't even want to punch no more. So he quit throwing punches because he didn't want to get countered. So he almost got stopped just from getting countered. And that ain't creativity. I don't know what it is. And ain't nobody doing that. I've seen Cambosis do that against Tiafimo, but that's creativity. I know people don't like the style, but it ain't gonna be a lot of guys beating him though. I heard that last year with Matias. He throws a lot of punches, but that was basic. And then the way Poirot fought against Hitchens, that was basic. And these guys are champions. Hitchens exposed this guy. But I understand what you're saying, though, real talk. I do understand what you're saying. You feel like he needs some more layers. Like, he just got the countering and the jabbing. It's not really any kind of, switching it up. It's like one kind of plan. That's it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying on that. But he's getting better, though. I like what he did the last fight, though. If you if you look at it like that way, like just the counter punching, it was impressive. But I want to see what he do against Cambosis. If he go out there and look regular against Cambosis, then you definitely gonna be right. And I'm not gonna lie. Cambosis did get stopped by Low. He could be stronger at 140. So I don't know. He could make him go out there and look basic. Because even though Cambosis did lose to Haney, he didn't get destroyed by Haney. Like I would say in the second fight against Haney, he was a little more aggressive than what Regis was doing. I would definitely say that. So if Cambosis really push himself, he can make because the guy Lemos, him just being aggressive against Hitchens, he was already like kind of slowing Hitchens down. So yeah, he made him look basic a lot of ways. I didn't like that performance. And then he did start late against Poirot in that fight. To me, a lot of people like the whole fight, but he did start late. I ain't feel like Hitchens started to like fourth round. Then after that, he was just destroying him. He destroyed after the fourth round. He started destroying Paro. Like it wasn't even close. But before that, the first four rounds, I thought Paro was getting to it. And I don't know if he's a stronger puncher than Cambosa. He might have the same kind of power. Yeah, yeah, that body work ain't. Yeah, he wasn't doing no body work against Lemos. When I went back and seen that Lemos fight, oh dang. When I went back and seen that Lemos fight, he could have did a lot more body work and got him up out of there. That's why I say he could be a very good fighter right now, but an elite fighter, he gonna struggle. You don't always gotta have body work like that, but the type of damage he's doing, yeah, he gonna have to go to the body a little bit more. And he's bigger than a lot of these guys. I think he was bigger than Lemos. He's bigger than Cambosis. If he don't go to the body on Cambosis, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's how Lomachenko stopped Cambosis, going to the body. Yeah, I want to see him a lot more aggressive too in this fight. I want to see him very aggressive against Cambosis. That's gonna say a lot to me. If he's not super aggressive against Cambosis, then I know it's gonna be like, I don't know. Against Gary Antoine Russell, somebody, it'll be a good fight with Puello, but against Gary Antoine Russell, you can't be doing too much thinking. Yeah, me too. Well, he only fought Paro. That's it, really. And Lemos. Yeah, I really haven't. That was what almost a year ago. Well, not Paro, but Lemos fight. That was over a year ago. Give Boots Baccaram a Charlo first fight. Charlo Baccaram. It's possible too. It could happen, but I don't think they're gonna do it the first fight. First fight, I see it. I don't think they'll do it first fight. Yeah, man, Charlo would be a good fight for Boots. He been out 2 years. Man, give him Charlo. Charlo been out 2 years. If I was Boots, I'd get him right now. I'm going to 54. It's be a good time to get him. If Charlo fought Boots, I don't know. I probably go Boots right now, but Charlo ain't no joke, bro. He could possibly win that fight. That's a dangerous fight for real. Especially right now. Charlo like he in shape. He ain't like Jamal, man. He in shape right now. Yeah, but Baccaram, he waiting on somebody from PBC, but we know it's not gonna be Tim Zoo or Fundora. Uh, Ortiz, um, Oscar De La Hoya said he's not doing that fight. He's not doing three tough fights in a row. That's exactly what he said too. So yeah, it look like Lubin right now as far as Baccarat. I keep forgetting that, but what's going on, PD? What's up? What's up, dog? Yeah, man, they finally got Boots going up to 154. It's still the best weight class right now. with that move right there. It's a lot of people at 54. I don't think they're gonna have that Ortiz fight happen this year, but next year they're gonna put some pressure on it. I mean, at 54, I don't think Boots got to fight Ortiz this year, but if it happened, I'm gonna watch it. But if he fight Charlo or somebody, yeah, I'm gonna watch that too. So he got a lot of options at 54. I ain't really too much worried about who he could fight. So many fights he can have. What's up, Kevin Effect? What's going on, man? Yeah, he was big recently. Yeah, so that I want anybody at 54. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Kevin Effect, man. Rob Banks, Jordan Smith. Yeah, that 54 comment was crazy. But yeah, he wasn't sure. He was still making 47, so I was like, as long as he made 47, I was cool with it. But I seen how big it was recently. I was like, yeah, he's still growing. It's not his fault though. Naturally, just getting that big. Yeah, that's a good thing. Putting on more muscle. You know, Jaron Ennis used to be skinny, so now he got all that muscle put on. It's a good thing. Moving up to 54, you're gonna have a lot more power. Probably gonna be faster. You said Boots versus Charlo on that turkey card? Yeah, that'd be crazy. They made that fight happen. That's all they need. That's really what I'm looking for, something like that. To be honest with you, if Turkey can make something happen like that, he needs to. Especially after the last card he had. We need some action. He needs to overpay. He just gave what? Just gave Ryan like 20 million. Man, he need to go ahead and pay them guys. Get them by 20, 30. They comparing this card to um, Canelo versus Mayweather, so go ahead and overpay these guys. Get Boost by 30 million. Fight Charlo. It sounds crazy, but I'm serious. Get that man $30 million to fight Charlo. Everybody will watch that. That would be the most watched uh, co-main event we've seen probably the last 5, 10 years. Boost versus Charlo. I would make that happen. But yeah, Boost gonna have a lot of options at that weight class. What's up, Outer Pal? Yeah, if he would have been at 154 right now, he'll be doing the same thing everybody else doing. Wait, we only had Baccarat fight once. Um, Ortiz fought twice recently. Terrence Crawford only fought once. Charlo ain't fought since Canelo, and that was at what, 68? Fundora lost recently. Tim Tszyu lost recently. So yeah, it's still wide open. Boychuk lost recently. Still wide open for Boots. He can step right in and become undisputed. So he really a threat. He gonna take a lot of attention away. Yeah, guys gonna have to step up and try to make a fight happen with him. He already still in headlines right now. Now him versus Boychuk, that could be a fight that happens or could happen. I seen how he looked recently. I don't know if he messing with Boots right now. He said I got Hitchins winning. Cambosa's lucky with T.O. What's up, J man? I think T.O. was just depressed. Girl, leave him all that. Some dudes. But if Cam, T.O. fight, T.O. win. Yeah, I don't know if Cambosa get it this weekend. If he's strong at 54, I mean, I'm thinking about Boots already. If he's strong at 140, then what's up, Root Exposure? What's going on? Everybody subscribe to Root Exposure. If he's strong at 140, yeah, he might be a problem. He go out there and pull a Rayo. Because I don't know. If Hitchens go out there and don't be aggressive, he let Cambosos hang around. Yeah, he might end up doing something. It's going to be worth watching, but I think Hitchens going to go out there and dominate. But I wouldn't be surprised if he lose to Cambosos, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to throw that out there. I'm being real. Dude moving up to 140, so I don't know how strong he going to get. He moving up for a reason. And last fight, if y'all see that fight against Cambosos when he fought Lomachenko, he looks tiny. He looked like he lost too much weight trying to get to 135. He looks smaller than Lomachenko. And we see how big he looks in the press conference with Hitchens. He looked pretty big in the press conference, so he's gonna be a lot stronger. I don't think he's just gonna walk straight through him. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight though. Yeah, they got some hands out there. But yeah, Boots at 154, man. I think he can make some noise right now. All he need is a fight with somebody like Charlo, Lubin. He can fight Jesus Ramos right now. Fight Boychuk. He get a fight like that, then go straight into what? Virgil Ortiz. He'll be that guy right now. He can do that without fighting Terrence Crawford. Still be a top name. Cause I think 54 wide open. Everybody think it's like super dangerous, but a lot of these guys ain't really moving like that. They still got Tim Zoo moving around a lot. And if Fandora lose to him, that's gonna be a big setback. And that fight happened in what, July? June? I gotta look that up. No, it's July. You say he seemed like he waited till Crawford got booked. Nah, Crawford just older than him. I think Crawford like 10 years older than him. Just an age difference. That's all it is, really. Just an age difference. Shoot, Boots just fought somebody the same age as him. And that was difficult. So just an age difference. If him and Crawford was the same age, they would have fought each other. I think a lot of guys that's younger than Crawford should be going after Boots if they want to make a name for themselves. Most of them say they would fight Crawford, and the same people that called out Crawford, I expect them to be trying to fight Boots. Now, if he come to 154 and take over, it's gonna make all them look weak. That's why I'm glad he going to 154. We're gonna pull everybody card. Cause he gonna be the youngest one. Oh yeah, and Xander Zayas just made Fandora drop the belt. Yeah, Xander fight for a belt though. He gonna be straight. I know what you're talking about though. I mean, if he still got that belt and he want to fight somebody like Boots, yeah, we definitely gonna ask Xander Zayas to fight Boots Ennis. Trust me, he ain't gonna just hold on to that belt. If he can fight Boots Ennis for a belt, they should make that happen. You said what, Crawford? Crawford and Boots? I'm not that fight ain't even realistic to me. The only fight I was thinking about was Boots versus Spence. Boots versus Spence was the most realistic fight because that was the mandatory. When that wasn't talked about, I wasn't even thinking about no other fight. To be honest with you, I think after Spence lost, that's when they got more attention. But before Spence lost, we had the whole pandemic, and wasn't nobody thinking about Boots versus Crawford. And that was like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. They let Crawford sit on the shelf for like 2 years. He only fought once his last year. He said Hitchins seen folks trying to one up Devin this fight. Hey, he do that, he gonna end up losing. He do that, he gonna end up losing. Cause Loma, the only reason he stopped Cambosis, he was super mad last fight with Cambosis. Cambosis made him wait like an hour or two at the press conference or weigh in, something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, I want Xander to fight Fandora. That fight should have happened. Yeah, Shakur versus Andy Cruz, exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. You saw the title. Yes, exactly. So a lot of people not talking about this because Keyshawn Davis, he made that move recently, but if Shakur keep his word and stay at 135 and make some things happen and not go to 140, he can he can fight Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz supposed to fight Raymond Maritime for a mandatory. If he win this weekend, he gonna be the mandatory. And if he get the belt, him and Shakur would be with Eddie Hearn. Because I heard this Shakur last fight with Eddie Hearn, the zone, whatever. So if he leave, Eddie Hearn still gonna have Andy Cruz that can get a belt at 135. So if you Shakur and you hang around at 135 and you still with Eddie Hearn, definitely go out to Andy Cruz. He go out there and beat Andy Cruz, it's gonna be a statement. And it'll be for a belt. If Andy Cruz beat Raymond Murtaugh at 135. Some people feel like Raymond Murtaugh would drop the belt. I don't know why. Maybe because of too big, probably. I don't know. He don't seem too big to me right now. You said Cambosa, all that. Yeah, Cambosa's happy he got paid. That's why. The man got like $10 million for that fight. He got paid for fighting Haney. He got Canelo type of money. Yeah, they just now starting to fight though. They still got Charlo hanging around. We gonna see who really want to fight though. A lot of people putting pressure on Boots and Ortiz, but I want to see who want to fight Boots and Ortiz at 54. A lot of guys said they would fight Crawford, but if you got Boots and Ortiz at that weight class right now, there's no bigger names you can fight with young guys that's probably under 30. than Boots and Ortiz, besides Benavidez or somebody and Haney. So yeah, you definitely want to make that fight happen. I would definitely watch that fight though. But yeah, Shakur versus Andy Cruz, that should be a fight that should happen in the future. If Keyshawn don't want to make it happen, somebody got to fight Andy Cruz. He's gonna be a champion. If Shakur want to unify and be undisputed at 135, yeah, Andy Cruz versus him would be a perfect fight. Now, if he moves in another direction and sign with somebody else, it might be something different. But from what I know already, Andy Cruz is gonna be the only one I know at 135 that I have a belt with Eddie Hearn. Yeah, he got to be in the contract, bro. If Andy Cruz, if his name not in the contract, then it's not gonna make sense. Yeah, because Eddie tried to make that Cordina fight happen, didn't happen. So he kind of still owe him one. Couldn't make the Tank fight happen. Couldn't make the Loma fight happen. So yeah, he gotta give him that Andy Cruz fight. Because to be honest with you, he really hasn't had a big fight with Eddie Hearn yet. They said when Tank supposed to fight, they haven't announced it yet. It's supposed to be August, but I don't know, man. It's getting kind of close right now. Hopefully they announce it next week. But if they don't, something gonna go bad. They might end up having this fight on another platform or something. You know, a lot of this stuff got to do with platforms, so you never know. They might end up having these next couple of fights on a different platform or something. Look like PBC looking to make that move toward the zone or something. But we'll see. Yeah, yeah. Earl made that fight happen, man. He made that fight happen. Everybody else need Turkey. He was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and make the fight happen. To be honest with you, if Earl had to make a fight happen right now, if he came out and fought Boots, he wouldn't have to fight nobody else. He'd have fought everybody. That would be the only fight you really look at. And to be honest with you, he could have fought him recently. But yeah, Earl fought so many people, he could come back and fight Boots, and that could be it. But yeah, I actually want to see Charlo versus Boots, though. I don't know why I ain't think about that until I got on here. But that'd be a classic fight. And we know Charlo gonna let his hands go, so put Boots in the ring with a dog. And I think Boots about the same size as Charlo, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think Boots about the same size as Charlo. He may be bigger than Charlo right now. Yeah, it should be announced. Probably gonna be next week. Yeah, Turkey, him and I wouldn't say Jake Paul, but it's kind of close. I would say Jake Paul. Yeah, him and Jake Paul. Because every time Jake Paul put a date out, it's right around the same date that Tank want to fight. Because Tank was supposed to fight in June, then Jake Paul fighting in June. You know, Tank was supposed to fight November last year, then Jake Paul fought in November. Yes, Spence. Yeah, that Fundora fight. I thought that was gonna happen, but you know, PBC still making a lot of moves, shuffling things. They still want to make. They still got Tim Zoo involved. Ever since he fought Tony Harrison and then uh, Ocampo and Brian Mendoza, then fought Fundora. Supposed to fight Keith Thurman, lost to Baccarat. So yeah, they still got him in the mix. Was supposed to fight Charlo. But yeah, they got a lot of good fights at PBC right now at 54. They got most of the fighters at 54, to be honest with you. The ones you want to see. Just had Lubin just win. But I think the next fight with Lubin is supposed to be Baccarat. I don't know when they're gonna have that fight. Will they have that during the summer or will they wait and put that on the card with Turkey? But I think that's the next fight that's gonna happen with Baccarat. I don't think Charlo not Charlo but Boots. I don't think he's gonna have a super elite fight his first fight at 54. Now if he does, that'd be crazy. Because I don't even think Ortiz did that. Ortiz had two tune-ups before he went to the Bull Chuck fight. But yeah, any name at 54 is still gonna be a good fight. Any name. We seen what just happened with Charles Conwell. He fought a guy that was not highly ranked. So yeah, any name at 54 is dangerous. But I think that weight class is wide open. A lot of people said, and I've also heard Terrence Crawford recently say some things like, I don't know if I'm gonna retire after the Canelo fight. I'm not for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna be done at that point. I don't know why he said that. I thought after Canelo fight he was done. But you know, if it's a guy that's undisputed around that weight class, could be something that'll happen. But you know, anything is possible. But I think after Canelo fight, he done though. You can't beat a guy like Canelo, then turn what 38. I think he'll retire. But you never know. Might be a big offer that's out there. You think Fundora born? Nah, Fundora ain't born. That's crazy. You must be thinking about the last fight. Nah, Fundora is definitely not born. No, not the last fight. You probably think about the Tim Zoo fight. I know that was a good fight, but I'm talking about as far as he wasn't fighting like he normally does. Nah, Fedora let them hands go. To be honest with you, a lot of people just asked Fedora to start boxing recently. But yeah, he let his hands go more than a lot of boxers. That's crazy. You say he born. Nah, if him and Tim Tszyu fight again, I bet it's gonna be a classic. The last fight was good. The next fight gonna be better. But yeah, that's crazy though. Andy Cruz, the door is open for him right after Keyshawn Davis situation happens. It's like now, because at first I'm like, maybe Keyshawn challenge this guy in the pros. But it's like this situation happens right before this man is a mandatory or possibly going to be a mandatory for 135. Raymond Miritai, same guy that was just calling out Keyshawn. I'll fight him. So Keyshawn could have fought Andy Cruz in like 2 fights. Now we got Shakur Stevenson at 135 that can possibly end up fighting this guy. It's crazy what's going on in boxing right now. See, the calling people out and everything and saying guys is ducking, it's cool, but when it's time to actually fight, guys is getting left behind. It's gonna be so hard to get another chance at the belt. I'm gonna be honest with you. This like the worst thing that could happen. For everybody to say a guy is avoiding the fighter, and for you to have a chance to fight this guy, literally. And it's like you go out of your way to like not even make that possible. It's a bad look. And I'm a fair guy, but I can't co-sign that. That's bad, bro. Like when everybody start trolling about Andy Cruz and saying that, yeah, that's his son or whatever. You can't say nothing, man. And this guy, he about to become a champion in your weight class that you was just in. He's about to become a 135 champion, possibly the same year that Keyshawn was, and not going to fight him or have a chance to. It's crazy. So yeah, if Shakur Stevenson ended up fighting Andy Cruz and beating him, that would be a statement for him and embarrassing on Keyshawn's end. I'm being real on that. The one guy that everybody want to see me fight, nah, you can't let that happen. In sports, that ain't how things work, bro. I don't know if people know it or not, but Roy Jones and Floyd and all these guys, they never had a chance to fight guys they lost to in the Olympics. If you ask them, hey man, would you fight the guy that you lost to in the Olympics in the pros if you had a chance? I don't care if you lost to somebody. I'm talking about actually going for the chance to fight them again. And people troll you every day. Yeah, man, you got to take that. I don't care what nobody say. You got to take that opportunity. Now this guy about to be the man with a belt. Yeah, I don't understand that. I'm still confused on that. But yeah, I seen that Hitchins and Tank was going back and forth. I seen a tweet that Hitchins responded to Tank about a chain or something. It don't seem like no real beef or nothing. They ain't really talking about nothing. But yeah, Hitchens said he's self-made though. and nobody gave him nothing. I respect that. Hitchens is self-made. He definitely is. You can even say a guy like Cambosis is self-made. Yeah, my first time seeing Hitchens and Boots was when they was fighting each other a long time ago. I ain't know how to break down a fight, so I ain't know who was better at the time. I was like, man, that Boots guy like a beast. But yeah, to see these guys now dominating both champions, one moving up, trying to be the face of boxing or a face of boxing. Yeah, this is huge in boxing right now. Turkey is in boxing at the right time. If we didn't have Turkey in boxing right now, a lot of this talent would be wasted right now. To even see these guys boxing right now is pretty is an improvement because Hitchens was on the shelf a couple of years ago. So yeah, Eddie Hearn is definitely making some big moves with guys like Hitchens, Boost Ennis. And then he got Shakur Stevenson still coming up with Zapata, which should be a good fight. I'm gonna look into that. I don't know how much of a threat Zapata's going to be, but kind of back and forth on that fight right now. I think Shakur gonna win, but I'm saying still ain't gonna be easy. But I see a lot of people talking about that guy that J Rock just fought, Jaron Ennis versus Boots. I don't know if they got some official word on that fight, but that'll be a good fight though. That guy Yo Ennis pretty good. That lets you know that 154 is deep though. That's a deep weight class. But then they trying to give Boots a dangerous prospect. This dude right here is an animal. He like the top ranked guy out of Cuba. I think he out of Cuba at 154. They trying to put him in the ring with a monster the first fight. Now that'd be crazy. At 154, everybody ain't fighting no monster like that. They first fight. But yeah, J Rock was getting with the old boy though, and he went the distance with J Rock. Tried to stop him. So yeah, I think Boots can make some things happen at that weight class. He gonna be stronger. I expect more knockouts. That sounds crazy, but I expect more knockouts though, for real. And I expect him to be bigger, stronger, faster. It ain't that many guys as big like that at 54 because Ortiz moved up and he's still kind of big for 154. I ain't seen him get in the ring with a lot of people that made him look small. Majramal didn't look that big when he was in the ring with him. Uh, yeah, Bochuk didn't look that big. Yeah, I think he'll still have a size advantage just because of his height. A lot of guys not tall. Fendora's tall, but everybody else pretty short. Oh, what's going on, Trey? What's up, man? I heard they talking about this guy named Yo Ennis, but I don't know how true that is. Sound realistic, but um, I don't know if that's a real fight. Let me look it up real quick. But if Boots did fight that guy, Oh, they said that this guy named OTM Boxing. He said that Boots would fight Jaron Ennis next for the WBA interim title. I don't know how true that would be. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes these guys be posting random stuff, but it be true sometimes though. I seen somebody post something about Crawford and Canelo, like in November, and it was true. Same stadium and everything. I had a date. I had put the video out in like November, I think. Alliance Stadium, September 2025. So yeah, he could fight this guy for an intern fight. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why, but in my mind, I'm expecting Boots to fight for some kind of title fight on a Canelo Crawford undercard. Somebody like that. If it's not Ortiz, I heard Ortiz gonna have a homecoming fight or something. Or they trying to put a fight together for him in Texas. So he's not gonna be an option. But yeah, if Boots can make that fight happen, that'll be good. Yeah, that dude can fight too. Yeah, I gotta get some more information on it right now. Kind of early on it right now, but yeah, I'm seeing this guy Tyez. He's pretty good, man. He's a good prospect. I'm saying he a prospect, but dude got a lot of experience and it's kind of built like what Morrell is, like a 154 Morrell. To be honest with you, so he's not really a prospect. And he just gave J Rock a good fight. That'll be the perfect fight for Boots. I think he'll beat him though if they fought. Yeah, I definitely think he'll beat him. But it's a dangerous fight for your first fight. Cause that guy gonna try to make a name for himself. He looking at Boots like he's Terrence Crawford or Canelo or something. So yeah, but if that's a real fight, they need to make that happen. Let me see if I can pull a picture up so people know what I'm talking about. Uh, see, get this picture. Yeah, this dude the real deal though. That'll be a good fight for Boots. Still got this picture. Yeah, that guy J Rock just fought recently. Yeah, I want to say he's Cuban. Yeah, 5'10", 25 years old. Number one out of Cuba. Yeah, he got 10 fights now. Yeah, fought Johan Gonzalez. Then he fought J Rock recently. Yeah, he should be in position right now to be fighting a guy like Boots. That'll be a good fight. Yeah, Boots is a problem too. Tell you, at 154, he's gonna be a problem. don't see a lot of guys cracking like that in that weight class. Yeah. Yeah, I like that matchup. It might be something different though. They're doing a lot of changes recently, so that might be a fight they might not go through with if they find something better. If they can make Ortiz fight happen, that would be good. If they can put pressure on both sides to make it happen. But yeah, they got some other fights they talking about. I'm gonna talk about in the morning. It's crazy. I mean, bigger fights than this. Right now, all the guys around like Boost Age, Benavidez, guys starting to move right now. But yeah, if he fight Taez, first fight at 54, that'll be a good fight. Yeah, that'll be a very good fight. You still got. I don't know if they got. I don't know if Conor Ben's gonna be at 54. I always thought Conor Ben versus Boots was gonna happen months ago, but before the Eubanks fight happened. But yeah, Brandon Adams, it's a dangerous fight. I don't know about Brandon Adams. If they got Perez goes out there and upsets um Xander Zayas, that would be crazy. I'm gonna keep my eyes out for that one, but yeah, that dude Perez, if he goes out there and can upset Xander Zayas, that would be crazy. But yeah, Xander Zayas should beat him. Still got Lubin out there, Baccaram. You got Volchuk, Fedora. I don't expect Boots to fight Majamov. Now, if Keith Thurman fights in that weight class, 54, I don't think he's going to fight Boots. He could have fought him already. Because he fought what? Who he fought? He fought Mario Barrios. Yeah, Boots going to have a lot of options, though. That might not be a fight to go with first, but I would like that fight. Because I thought J Rock had a chance against old boy before the fight happened. Even though the dude is very, very good. But yeah, J Rock looked good against Adamas too. Yeah, but if Hitchins goes out here this weekend and beats Cambosis, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know who he can fight possibly. Besides a guy like Gary Antoine Russell. I heard something about Matias wanting to fight Hitchins. But obviously he would because he don't got a belt. But for unifications, yeah, I don't see too much noise going on. Really, it looks like we got to still see what direction PBC goes in because they still have a lot of belts in each weight class if guys going to unify. So at 140, are they going to do a rematch with Puello and Gary Russell. If I was them, I would definitely make that fight happen. Go ahead and make a rematch happen and unify. I think PBC should make that happen. Why they got the belts? Because a lot of people feel like Sandor Martin won, so they almost lost the belts. To be honest with you, they should go ahead and just unify. They got belts in each weight class though, so they making it tough for a lot of these guys to unify. 160, they still got Adamas and Laura. They got a belt, and then Charlo's still kind of in the way a little bit. I don't think they're gonna have undisputed at 54 until he actually has a fight. I think once he has a fight, then undisputed will be made at 54. But it's not a lot of movement going on, even though he ain't been in the picture. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. I was just gonna chop it up with y'all a little bit. Want to do a quick live with everybody. Just talk about a few things. I'll be back on in the morning though. Have something else to talk about. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'll let you guys later on. Appreciate everybody for hitting the like button.